To be here again. Hello, everyone watching me from all over the world. So, my name is Oma. I'm the founder of DigitalBizGuru, a digital marketing agency tailored to business owners. And I'm here again. As you know, we have our Fix It with Oma every Wednesday. So feel free to tune in with us. If you visit our page, you're going to find a list of upcoming lives. You can set a reminder so that you'll be the first person to know when we go live. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about automation made easy. Just in a few minutes, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to be out of here. It's going to be a very short live, short, snappy, but very impactful. Okay. So, by the end of this live, I hope that you're going to know the role of automation in scaling a business. You will discover some practical automation tools or tricks that you can set up in less than a day. Because most times when we hear automation, we start thinking, oh my God, how am I going to achieve it? Is it even possible? But then you're going to find out that yes, it is very, very possible. So, we'll also discover some practical automation tricks that you can use. We'll learn how to save time and also keep your client's experience, because one thing about automations is that if you're not careful, you're going to end up making your process so automated that it lacks a personal or a human touch. You don't want that. Yes, automations are important, but you don't want your customers or clients to feel like there is no human behind the brand and that they're always talking to some bot. You don't want them to feel that way. You want them to feel at ease. They won't even know. They won't even know that some or all of the processes they've been following so far has been automated. Yes, there are ways to achieve this, and we're going to be talking about it. So, welcome to another section of Fix It with Oma, where we take the stress out of growing businesses and we show you practical fixes you can apply right away. Okay. So, what if I told you you could free up 10 to 12 hours of your day weekly without hiring anyone, just by setting up smart systems? I recently met someone that told me, Oma, I have an email list of 3,000 people, and the thing has made me hate email marketing. I thought, why? Why, as in, what is happening? So she told me that she has to send out about 200 emails every day, and she does this thing for 2 weeks every month. This is the fourth month she has done it, and it's been a lot. It takes up a whole lot of her time. So I told her, but once you schedule it, and then why 200? Why can't you send to all 3,000 at once? And she said, how do I do that? That she actually uses Gmail, and then she copies each contact, and she sends out email to them. That's a lot of work. I can't even imagine myself. In fact, the fact that she has done it up to the fourth month shows her perseverance, because I can't imagine myself doing that. So, automation is important, guys. It is also important because I know some of us may have felt that there aren't enough hours in the day to handle our business tasks. We just feel like, I wish I can have more time. If this is how you feel, then you need to continue listening, because I have something for you. If you feel like, oh my God, and these are repetitive tasks, ranging from managing your contacts to responding to message to gathering leads to emailing and all that, and you're like, I am tired of all this, don't worry, there's a solution for you. That solution is called automation. Type yes in the chat if you've ever felt like there isn't enough hours in the day to handle your business tasks. If you've ever felt this way, just drop yes in the comments. Okay, now let's look at why automation matters. So, automation is important for different reasons. One of the reasons is that it helps you control your time drain, because manual tasks have a way of draining your time. Just like the client I was talking to that was telling me about how she sends out 200 emails every day, and she does this for 2 weeks every month. You can imagine it's a repetitive task, and imagine you're always replying the same DMs, sending the same emails, manually tracking sales, eating up precious time, manually doing your accounting. Oh my God, what time do you have to sit down in your business and think about ways you're going to grow, about how you're going to improve your lead generation, about how you're going to boost your sales and so on. At what point will you begin to sit down to think about this? So it drains your time, and that is why you need automations in your life and your business. Another thing is there are hidden costs. You may say that your manual way is free. In most cases is free, so you may feel like I'm saving money and all that, but trust me, you're not. There are hidden costs, because beyond time there is the energy drain. There's this energy drain that you get from repeating the same thing over and over and over again. There's an energy drain. There are missed opportunities. You might see things that you can hop on, but then you will not hop on them because you're only one person and you don't have a lot of time. So you're missing opportunities, your energy is draining, you're also facing slower growth. Your mates are moving with speed. Your mates are moving with speed, but you're just crawling like a snail because you don't have help. You don't have help. And there's also a very high risk of burnout. Very high. In fact, you might find yourself facing burnout every month, or every 3 months you're facing burnout. You might find yourself in this position. So imagine you're the business owner that is always too busy keeping up. You're so busy keeping up but never scaling. At what point are you now going to grow this business? All the visions that you have of the business, the mission, the dream, where you want to be in the next 5 years, at what point will you start executing? Do you have an answer? So that goes to show that you really, really need to work on the automation, so that you don't spend so much time being the person that the whole business relies on. So if you're sick, you're not feeling so well, it's an emergency, you can't even take a break. And if you have no choice but to take a break, things shut down because it's just you. So you find out that it is a tough place to be, but you can liberate yourself. So ask yourself one repetitive task in your business you wish that could happen automatically. Just drop it in the comments. Any repetitive task that you've been doing in your business for months, for years, but you sincerely wish that this thing can be automated, just drop it in the comments. I may have an idea or two for you. So now let's move on. We're now going to be talking about the trap of overcomplication, because one thing about automations, I felt I need to discuss this. Because one thing about automations is, if you're not careful, you spend so much time overcomplicating things for yourself. You overcomplicate your time, you overcomplicate your life. You're just complicating things unnecessarily. You don't want to complicate, because once you find automations complicated, do you know what will happen? You will not want to execute them again. So you need your automations to be as simple as possible. Of course, it can be complicated, come in steps and all that. But as somebody that is just starting up, I do not recommend that you go ahead and be overcomplicating things. You try and make it to be as simple as possible. So that trap of overcomplication is what a lot of us face. And then when we get into that trap, we start saying, oh, I don't think this automation is for me because it's too technical. It's too technical. Who has ever said this? You've seen one automation style, or someone has told you about automation in the past, and you say, it's too technical, I beg, I'm not tech savvy. Or you say, it's too expensive. Or I don't even know where to start. So the reality is that the smallest, simplest hacks, like your auto replies or your scheduled posts, they often make a good difference even before you start leveling up to the greater, higher automations. So example, scheduling your content a week in advance, a month in advance, versus scrambling as at that time you want to post. You will not be scrambling up and down. Every morning you are now thinking, what am I posting for today? No. So this is an example of a simple automation that does not cost much, but then can save you a whole lot of time and definitely make a big difference. Now, looking at our behind the scenes, okay? like for Digital Biz Guru, we have different kinds of automation. We have different kinds of automation that we are using. But I would say I'm going to share my most helpful one, or would I say is the most helpful, because all of them are helpful, but the most simplified one for me is the automation that we use for our lead generation, and it starts from an opt-in page. So an opt-in page, for those that don't know, is a simple lead capture page where people can go to put in their contact information, and then it's going to take them to the next step. So it will capture people's information. So you can create a simple opt-in page. Just ask for their first name, last name, email address, phone number if you so wish. So that's the first step. Now, when people visit the opt-in page and the opt-in, then they move to the thank you page. That's the page that will tell you, oh, thank you for signing up for so. We are happy to have you here. And then that thank you page will usually contain a button that's going to send you to a group or a community. Could be our WhatsApp group, could be our Facebook group, but it will usually contain something like that. Now, when these people tap on that button, that is the button, they can join the group and all that. And just as all this is happening simultaneously, they are also getting an email that is following them up. So it has activated an email nurture system that is telling them, oh, thank you for being here. This is what we are all about. We are DigitalBizGuru. We are a digital marketing agency for business owners. We do this, we do that. We're happy to have you, and we'll follow up with a series of emails welcoming them, not selling anything yet, just welcoming them, really helping them understand what we do and what we're all about, and of course giving them whatever it is that we promised them in that opt-in page. Now, after they are getting all these emails, we will also have routine follow-up via our group, or we can also have social media scheduling. So you keep it simple, showing exactly how it works, and you're going to see that to create your own funnel is not going to be difficult. Your funnel can be as simple or as basic as you want it to be. It's entirely up to you, but this one is the one that we've been using for a couple of years. It's our lead generation automation, and it works perfectly. First, they opt in, they enter the TYP activates the email nurture sequence, and the TYP also contains a button that is going to take them to a community, because we need them to be somewhere that we can also reach out to them outside emails. So we are following up from the community. We're also nurturing them from the email sequence, and that gives you a beautiful mix. Or don't you think so? So basically, this system saves us hours, because if we're not working with this system, if let's say we are offering a lead magnet, for instance, it means that we are going to have to talk with every single person. If we put out this stuff and 200 people show interest, that is 200 messages that need to be responded to by someone. So, of course, you can also set up auto DM. That's also an option. All right. So that's also an automated app. But let's say there was no automation. This is going to be 200 people that you're going to be responding to by yourself. That's a whole lot of work. So you see how automation can save you time? So just drop fire. Just drop the fire emoji in the chat if you can see the kind of time you can save yourself just by implementing this automation. So leads don't get cold. I need you to understand this. Your system follows up instantly. No wasting of time. As they're coming in, you're following up, everything is moving. And on top of it, you have peace of mind though. You have peace of mind. You're free to focus on your growth. You're free to think about other things, because you already have an automation system that is helping you convert these people. So you are free to focus on growing, because your system is handling the routine tasks and all that for you. Plus the consistency, because automated, even if you are sick, even if you're not available, you're in a meeting, you're sleeping, it's still happening. So there is nothing as consistent as automations. Once someone visits our website now and they sign up for a course, they get their login details straight to their email. They follow from there to log in, they access their course. They don't need to send us a message to say, please, can you enroll me? Or that. No, everything is automated. So you see the beauty. You're consistent, you get higher conversions because your leads don't get cold. You have peace of mind and you can rest when you want to. So you might now be wondering, how can I get started? I said this live was going to be about 15 to 20 minutes, so we're due to wrap up now. So you might be saying, how can I get started? So you can start with just one simple step. Start with one area, like automating appointment bookings. You can automate the bookings, appointments for yourself. You can automate them. You can also decide to start by automating your social media posts. You just create them ahead of time. You schedule them and they go out when they're supposed to go out. Remember that we've already talked about how it's a bad idea to overload yourself with tools. Please don't do that, because if you overload yourself with so many tools, you will enter information overload and you will end up not executing. Also, never, ever, ever skip testing before going live. These two mistakes, overloading yourself with tools and skipping your testing before you go live, even the best of us have made these mistakes. So I'm here to tell you, don't make this mistake. So make sure that you don't skip testing before you go live. You don't need to set up 100 systems today. Just pick one and try it within the next 24 to 72 hours. See how it works. If it's working fine, then you can try and introduce another one, or still run it for another 30 days just to see how it's moving. So if you've been nodding along, you really like the sound of this automation stuff, then please feel free to have a chat with me. You can book one-on-one call with me. You can book one-on-one coaching with me. I'm happy to talk with you. Just visit our website, DigitalBizGuru.com, and you're going to see information on our services. You're going to see our one-on-one sessions and a lot of other things. Remember, your time is your most valuable resource. So it is very valuable. You don't want to waste it. Every task that you automate is an hour that you get back to your growth, to help you create, to help you enjoy your business, and very, very important, to help you rest. So, guys, can you think of something that you really want to get automated? Please drop it in the chat. And this brings us to the end of today's Fix It With Oma. I hope I see you next week, Wednesday. As I've already said, if this is your first time, ensure to visit our YouTube channel, and you're going to see a list of upcoming lives that is written there. So please look at that list, and you can also tap on any of the upcoming lives to set a reminder so that you will get a reminder once we go live. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.